Welcome back, everyone. All right, today's explainer is all about fundamentally rethinking how we use software. We're diving into the ultimate guide to democratizing your tech stack. We're going to explore exactly how you can stop renting generic tools and start building your own custom local software clones. Plus, we'll get into generating your own free, high-quality media using the latest AI. So if you've been wanting me to teach you how to build local clones and take total control of your digital life, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever actually stopped to think about why we're constantly paying monthly subscriptions for apps like Whisperflow? And honestly, even worse than the money, why are we handing over our highly private microphone data to random cloud servers? I mean, the technology is at a point where you really need to ask yourself, why in the world am I renting this when I can just own it?
Think about the old way of doing things, right? Cloud SaaS. It costs you money every single month, it forces your personal data to leave your computer, and at the end of the day, you're stuck with a generic tool built for the masses. But the new way? Building local clones, it is a complete game changer. It's essentially free once you've got it set up, it's 100% private because literally nothing leaves your machine, and you can customize the whole shebang however you want. You could build a local whisper tool that transcribes your voice directly on your own hardware. Since you're looking to learn exactly how to build these local clones, let's look at the actual blueprint.
Section 1. The Local Clone Recipe.
But before we get into the exact step-by-step blueprint using Fable 5, which is the most powerful AI model out there right now, we need to talk about a very strict timeline. We literally only have about 1 week left to play around with Fable 5 before their new API pricing kicks in. And even right now, if you're on the max plans, you're limited to 50% of the weekly usage limit. What this means for us is that we cannot afford to be sloppy. We've got to be highly strategic with our prompts, so we aren't just burning through our usage limits on trial and error. So here's the exact cloning recipe to bypass those limits and get perfect results. Rule number 1, never, ever just tell Fable 5 to build an app. It doesn't work well. Instead, step 1, you're going to use Opus 4.8 to do the deep research. Ask Opus to figure out the exact architecture needed to recreate the app locally. Then, step 2, have Opus format all that research into a product requirements document, or a PRD. This essentially turns it into a highly detailed dynamic prompt. Finally, step 3, you hand that polished PRD straight over to Fable 5 using the /goal command for autonomous execution. Basically, you do the upfront grunt work with Opus and let Fable 5 handle the heavy lifting. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of this exact pipeline. Take a look at this quote about an insane open-source browser game built by a user named Brofulk. The human only partially wrote one single markdown file, which was the PRD. From just that one document, Fable 5 autonomously executed over 90 commits and wrote 21,000 lines of TypeScript to build a fully functional 3D browser-based game. I mean, wow, that is the exact kind of leverage we are talking about here.
Section 2, expanding your DIY toolbox.
Now, let's see how this goes way beyond just building new apps from scratch. Fable 5 is an absolutely massive lever for upgrading your everyday workflow too. First up, you can run code audits. You can literally point Fable 5 at your last 39 AI coding sessions and ask it to cluster your tasks to find high-leverage improvements, like figuring out exactly where you need a new automation. Second, you can build an agentic OS. Think of it as a custom visual wrapper for your daily tasks, wiring up headless skills for research, sales, and content directly into a web app. And third, you can use it for heavy-duty code review on really complex projects.
And just how good is it at code review? Well, Fable 5 can analyze a whole codebase in about 5 minutes, find 45 raw bugs across 4 parallel reviewers, and then deduplicate them down to 24 prioritized vulnerabilities. It breaks them down by severity and tells you exactly how to fix them. It is literally like having a senior engineering team auditing your work totally for free.
Section 3, DIY content with NotebookLM Shorts. Democratizing your tech stack isn't just about code. It is also about media. Now, what's really interesting about this is that you can now generate highly engaging 60-second vertical video shorts directly from your source documents. And this is using a brand new, totally free feature that just rolled out to all users in Google's NotebookLM. You just upload your text or data, and NotebookLM turns it into a short, punchy, mobile-ready explainer video. The secret sauce making this possible, and keeping it totally free for everyone, not just the paid users, is this new underlying technology called Nano Banana 2 Lite. This is Google's incredibly fast and cost-effective image generation model. Because these new shorts rely heavily on stitched images and crisp motion graphics, Google can process them super cheaply and just offer them to the public for free.
So let's break down exactly why you'd want to use this feature. First, as we just mentioned, it's totally free for everyone. Second, the vertical format is completely perfect for mobile consumption. But the real game changer here is the on-screen text. Think about it. If someone is sitting on a train or in a public space, scrolling on their phone without the sound on, these shorts are absolutely ideal for silent viewing. The motion graphics grab their attention, and the text delivers the message perfectly.
Now, you might be wondering how this compares to the cinematic explainer videos that NotebookLM already offers. Well, cinematic videos rely on heavy AI-generated storytelling, they run about 5 minutes long, and they require a paid ultra plan. But for a lot of topics, say explaining how the physics of river currents trap dense gold, the 60-second image-heavy shorts format actually looks a lot punchier and keeps the viewer's attention way better.
You can even use this for your own personal data. One user uploaded a simple fitness log tracking their pull-up progress over a few weeks. NotebookLM generated this highly motivational, amazing-looking short showing their frustrating baseline of just 3 reps in week 1, surging to a solid 7 reps by week 3. And it came complete with slick motion graphics mapping out the whole chart. It's really cool.
If you're going to try this out, there are definitely a few pro tips and quirks you should know about. First off, video generations take a pretty long time, so you'll want to use the mobile app to get an alert when it actually finishes. Second, there is a persistent dotted background on these videos. You can't prompt it away. It's just a baked-in visual quirk of the system. And finally, the AI tends to treat personal data somewhat abstractly, so instead of saying, "You tracked your progress," the narrator will say something like, "If you track a real fitness log." It basically assumes the sources are from a third-party website, not directly from you.
So the crucial point is this. We are undergoing a massive shift right now. You no longer have to just sit back and consume expensive software and generic media. With tools like Fable 5 and NotebookLM, you have the absolute power to step up and generate it yourself. You can own your tools, you can protect your data, and you can create custom content entirely on your own terms.
Which brings us to the final thought for today's explainer. I want to challenge you. With the clock ticking on Fable 5's API pricing and NotebookLM Shorts available for free right this very second, what are you going to clone first? Are you going to test that Opus to Fable pipeline this week? Or maybe generate a 60-second short from your own notes? Get out there, start building, and take control of your stack. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.